Today's date is October the 17th, 2022, time is 6:30 p.m. This meeting has been duly advertised in the city's newspaper, forms with Open Public Meeting Act, otherwise known as Sunshine Law. Roll call.
Swan.
Here.
Davenport.
Present.
Fablelaro.
Here.
Thomas. Present. Camona.
Present.
Korea.
Present.
Sistrum.
Present.
All in attendance.
Entertain a motion to approve on previous minutes.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Okay. Now we go to the executive session.
Good evening, yes. The purpose of the first executive session is attorney-client privilege.
I need a motion to go into
Motion.
executive session.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Now we're going into executive session.
Chair,
Yes.
with the exception of anyone that is here for the municipal court team and the staff of the city's municipal court, all others will be asked to go outside for the closed session and you'll be called back in with an explanation.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. The time is now 7:44 p.m. We just came out of closed session at approximately 7:37 p.m. The purpose is to work for attorney-client privilege and potential contractual negotiations. Thank you.
Okay, now is agenda review. First,
Okay, first on the agenda is ordinance number 19, second reading. Public hearing will be held during regular session. Is amending chapter 235 of the city code entitled Sewers and Sewage Disposal.
any questions? Okay, ma'am. Next.
Ordinance number 20, first reading, amended chapter 255, article 5 of the city code entitled Streets and Sidewalks.
Any questions?
Can we just get an explanation of this, please?
Yes.
So this item went before public service, and as you all know, that we're looking at our administrative fees across the board. This is one of the administrative fees to vacate alleys and streets. The current fee is set at $250. As we got numbers from the city clerk, our fees that are incurred based on advertising and others is typically $500 or above. So the committee agreed to change the ordinance or amend the ordinance to a minimum of $500 up to $2,500, and all survey costs will be borne by the applicant.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any more questions? Okay, none. Next.
Ordinance 21, first reading, amending ordinance number 6, 2018 of the city.
Okay. Any questions?
Yes, can you explain it?
Certainly. This item went before the Finance Committee and also, I believe, Planning and Development as we were discussing the marina dredging project schedule. As we all know that there is deadlines for dredging. I think this current season, if we don't get everything in place, we may miss the December dredging period, and then the next dredging period will not be until July of next year. We had some issues with our permit as it relates to the Army Corps of Engineers, and we were advised by Green Acres that if the city uses its own money, because you know we have a match in the grant of $633,000, if the city utilizes its own money, then we do not have to get the necessary permits required by Green Acres because of the arsenic that exists in the marina. So the committee decided that we will use our own money. And that question became, where is the money? So we had an existing bond that has about $500,000 or more on it for an old bond that we did not use, and we want to modify that today to close this funding gap for dredging.
With the understanding that that bond itself, when it comes to the point where we have to use it, we'll bond that out,
Yes.
Right.
We'll do what? This goes out to
No, I believe what Council President is saying is the bond that's currently existing that we're modifying today,
Mhm.
should in the near future, we need to continue with that project that it was initially bonded for,
Mhm.
that we would just rebond for that. Is that?
Yes. Any more questions?
I do have a question.
Yes.
Is this part of the bid process that we had asked about, things supposed to go out to bid? I know it hasn't happened yet, so.
And it hasn't happened because this is outstanding. You have to have your, at least a promise of your permits for the dredging. So what you're speaking of is that we're going to put 2 bid packages out, one for dredging and one for construction, right? And we're prepared to do that, but we have to get this straightened out first.
Any more questions? Seeing none, next.
Ordinance number 22, first reading, amended chapter 235, article 2 of the city code entitled sewers and sewage disposal.
Any questions? Seeing none, next.
Ordinance 23, first reading, authorizing the purchase of real property located at 36 West Washington Avenue, block 102, lot 1 in the city.
Any questions? Seeing none?
Resolution 182, authorizing the tax collector to refund overpayment of taxes and cancel sewer charges on certain properties in the city.
Any questions? Seeing none.
Resolution 183, awarding a professional services agreement with Max Span Real Estate and Auction Company for the sale by auction of city-owned real property no longer needed for a public purpose.
Any questions? Seeing none?
Resolution 184, authorizing interim foreclosure of the tax sale certificate held by the city.
Any questions?
Yes, can someone explain this, please?
Resolution 94 is related to the property on Old Turnpike known as Dual Fuel. It has municipal liens on it. It's sat for the required period of time, whereas the city can now proceed with the interim foreclosure to take possession of the property to further remediate that area.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I ask a question on that? We had discussed that before. I asked you a couple of questions about as far as the remediation that has to be done. Are we going to hold have we looked at holding the people responsible for that responsible or?
There's a lot involved with that, and I'll yield to the solicitor.
Yeah, there's already an existing lien on DEP for the remediation. So we'll have to look into that, on how it happens when we acquire. So we are in ongoing discussions. Yeah.
Any more questions? Seeing none?
Resolution 185, granting approval of a bazaar and fashion show in the city on November the 5th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. held on the Old Turnpike.
Any questions? Seeing none?
Resolution 186, authorizing the city to enter into an agreement with Ideal Institute of Technology for the operation of the Pleasantville Gym.
Any questions? Seeing none?
Next is review of the bill list.
Good evening.
Need
We'll go first over the text that was written between this council meeting. This council meeting, there's a few on top, and some minor ones. The ones that down in the middle, again, it was a void check that we had reissued. And then one down the bottom, wire transfers. 591 is our payroll for the 2 weeks ago. And $48,000 is a loan that was taken out a number of years ago for demolition, which will include if we do get that property on the corner of Main and the corner of Washington and First, that will be taken care of through this bond that's already been up there and been approved by the state already for the money. If you go on to page 1, there's a couple different things we want to talk about. One is $10,000. You'll see the third one down, that's 3848. Then you can add on the bike path. You'll see that the work was done through money through the NPP project, and the paintings and everything were done out there by 3848.
I'm sorry, Council President.
Yes, sir.
This is the painting that's being done on the bike path?
Yeah,
That's part of the,
It's part of Clean Communities, I believe Barry
I'm
said.
sorry, yeah, right, Clean Communities Grant, I beg your pardon. We get money from every year from Clean Communities for our recycling, and we use part of that for the bike path.
Did that answer your question?
Is there,
that's fine, but is the work ongoing on the bike path painting?
Yeah, have you seen it?
I've seen it, I ride my bike all the time there, and I've only seen just like about 20 feet of,
Oh, that is it.
That is it?
Yeah, so an artist for any type of mural work is.
right, I know, I understand,
Yeah.
but my understanding, we're gonna have something done on the other side as well?
When we confirm funding for that, we verify funding. And it's not complete, it's not 100%
Right,
complete.
no, I know, I've spoken to them.
But the space, that you're speaking of is the space that, because the
On that
whole,
side,
yeah, on
I
that
have my
side.
understanding that
We're gonna look
part of
at.
it was the other side of, over the path, over the bridge on Roberts 40, I believe.
Okay,
Also
so
talked about that.
let me explain to you what
Yes,
the
please.
discussion was. The concept of the art mural was to make some type of visual representation for folks when they're entering the bike path in Pleasantville. So that is the main entrance where you see this work. And then our next step would be to get funding on the Dolphin Avenue side. So those that are traveling through Pleasantville, they know when they enter and they know when they leave by this artwork.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bottom of page 1 and going to the top of page 2 is CME. Most of that work is done for the reviews of Ainsley Boulevard, Toomas Avenue, installation and coordination of the boxing ring that's being put down in the recreation center, as well as their sewer operating and street opening permits. If you look down, we'll go further on, you'll see this number 1, 2, 3, or 5, electro scoreboard. If you've been out on the Joker Field, you see a new scoreboard that was purchased by the city in the colors of the Jokers. We've got room for it, so it shows up
Instead of
there.
Pepsi right before, yeah, instead of the Pepsi one we had before.
Right.
It looks nice.
This looks nice, good.
And it's all remote.
What's the lifespan on that? Because
The
I'm
whole field is.
Well,
almost around.
the last one was probably 15, 20 years.
No, it was maybe about 15 years.
About 15.
15 years, if I'm mistaken.
And this one is all controlled by your phone. It's all wireless, so they don't need the wiring. So that's always been a problem. Most scoreboards, the water gets into the wiring system and kind of shorts it out. You don't have that with this.
So we control it by the phone, we can always win.
Right. Whatever you want. You can change the scores you like.
Oh, my goodness.
Wait, what are you doing?
Depends on who's winning.
They had sexually.
Who do you get the money from?
Crazy.
Third one from the bottom, Grand Turk Equipment, $5,100. We had a problem with our sewer back truck, which is a truck that video cams and also cleans out some of the sewer systems and repaired. On page 3, like contracting, last month you approved the contract of $14,250 to install the boxing ring. We were able to get them down to 12, but we were able to make some adjustments.
is it not, excuse me, is it done already? Stand?
I believe that it is
Is it in?
there.
No, we haven't received it yet.
Haven't received yet?
No, sir.
It's being shipped up from Tennessee, I believe. Or, I'm sorry, Missouri, Tennessee was where the scoreboard was from. Third from the bottom is our school tax payment for the month. And then on page 4, you'll see South State, that is the first draw for the Ainsley Boulevard work that's being done. Any questions?
Thank you, Barry. Okay. Next is public portion. Anyone from the public wishing to speak on agenda items or agenda items only, please come forward. And no one? Entertained motion to close the public portion. All in favor? Ayes have it. Now open for discussion. Councilman Davenport.
I'm good, other than that, the artwork on the bike path, can we please extend it? It was really nice there. It says pathway to peace as soon as you come into the bike path. It's pretty nice if you guys have the chance to just
Beautiful.
go by.
Councilman, it's pretty nice. Councilman from Brown. Councilman Thomas.
On it.
Okay, this is time. And entertain a motion to close
Motion.
the work session. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Good evening. This is City of Pleasantville City Council meeting, the agenda, City Council regular meeting, and today's date is October 17th, 2022. The time is 7:58 p.m. This meeting has been duly advertised in the city's newspaper in conformance with the Open Public Meeting Act, otherwise known as the Sunshine Law. Please stand for invocation and pledge. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, power, and glory forever. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Swan.
Here.
Davenport.
Present.
Familar.
Here.
Thomas.
Present.
Camona.
Present.
Korea.
Present.
Sistrum.
Present.
All in attendance.
Entertain a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes.
Motion on second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Mary, you have any accommodations?
No, I do not.
No, okay. Clerk.
Okay, first on the agenda is ordinance number 19, second reading. Public hearing will be held. Is amending chapter 235 of the city code entitled sewers and sewage disposal.
Any questions? Second reading. Excuse me. Second read, this is the second reading. Anyone from the public wishing to speak on this agenda item, ordinance 19, so on. Seeing no one? Entertain a motion, please.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Second.
Okay. Roll call Swan.
Yes.
Davenport.
Yes.
Familar.
Yes.
Thomas.
Yes.
Pomona.
Yes.
Korea.
Yes.
Sistrum.
Yes.
Ordinance adopted. Ordinance number 20, first reading, amended chapter 255, article 5 of the city code entitled streets and sidewalks.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call Swan.
Yes.
Davenport.
Yes.
Familar.
Yes.
Thomas.
Yes.
Pomona.
Yes.
Korea.
Yes.
Sistrum.
Yes.
Ordinance moved to second reading, scheduled for November the 7th. Ordinance number 21, first reading, amending ordinance number 6-2018 of the city.
Motion. Second.
Roll call Swan.
Yes.
Davenport.
Yes.
Familar.
Yes.
Thomas.
Yes.
Pomona.
Yes.
Korea.
Yes.
Sistrum.
Yes.
Ordinance moved to second reading, scheduled for November the 7th. Ordinance number 22, first reading, amending chapter 235, article 2 of the city code entitled sewers and sewage disposal.
Just before we start, I just want to go back to this. I know the part I just needed for this to be explained. What are we going to do with this, the funds that we receive for this?
Which one are you referring to?
22. It's only 22.
The sewer funds?
Sewers.
It would go into the sewer account,
And it will be applied to.
sewer projects.
It will be applied for sewer projects and sewer projects only.
That's what it should be, right?
Sewer projects. And this was for, 1 year, right?
Correct.
This is just for the 1 year?
2023.
1 year, 1 year, 1 year. Okay.
Is there a motion?
Second.
Roll call Swan,
Yes.
Davenport,
Yes.
Familar,
Yes.
Thomas. Yes. Pomona,
Yes.
Korea,
Yes.
Sisram.
Yes.
Ordinance moved to second reading scheduled for November the 2nd. Ordinance 23, first reading, authorizing the purchase of real property located at 36 West Washington Avenue, Block 102, Lot 1 in the city.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call Swan,
Yes.
Davenport,
Yes.
Familar,
Yes.
Thomas. Yes. Pomona,
Yes.
Korea,
Yes.
Sisram.
Yes.
Ordinance moved to second reading scheduled for November the 7th. Resolution 182, authorizing the tax collector to refund overpayment of taxes and cancel sewer charges on certain properties in the city.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call Swan.
Yes.
Davenport.
Yes.
Familar.
Yes.
Thomas. Yes. Pomona.
Yes.
Korea.
Yes.
Sistrum.
Yes.
Resolution approved. Resolution 183, awarding a professional services agreement to Max Span Real Estate and Auction Company for the sale by auction of city-owned real property no longer needed for a public purpose.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call Swan,
Yes.
Davenport,
Yes.
Familar,
Yes.
Thomas. Yes. Pomona,
Yes.
Korea,
Yes.
Sistrum.
Yes.
Resolution approved. Resolution 184, authorizing interim foreclosure of the tax sale certificate held by the city.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call Swan,
Yes.
Davenport,
Yes.
Familar,
Yes.
Thomas. Yes. Pomona,
Yes.
Korea,
Yes.
Sistrum.
Yes.
Resolution approved. Resolution 185, granting approval of a bazaar and fashion show in the city held for November the 5th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Old Turnpike.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call Swan,
Yes.
Davenport,
Yes.
Familar,
Yes.
Thomas.
Yes.
Pomona,
Yes.
Korea,
Yes.
Sistrum.
Yes.
Resolution approved. Resolution 186, authorizing the city to enter into agreement with Ideal Institute of Technology for the operation of the Pleasantville Channel.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call Swan,
Yes.
Davenport.
Can I ask a question? I'm sorry, because I just realized what this was. Are they going to expand this to anything other than Comcast? Because a lot of people, I don't have Comcast, so.
Actually, it's owned by Comcast, and what they do is give municipalities free access to it. So this is the Comcast station that gives access for government and educational programming.
Yes.
So noted. Familar,
Yes.
Thomas.
Yes.
Pomona,
Yes.
Korea,
Yes.
Sistrum.
Yes.
Resolution approved. I need a motion to approve payment of bills.
Motion.
Second.
Second is Pomona. Roll call Swan,
Yes.
Davenport,
Yes.
Familar,
Yes.
Thomas.
Yes on everything but number 66666.
The pattern.
Brenda Hines.
So noted. All right. Pomona,
Yes.
Korea,
Yes.
Sistrum.
Yes.
Motion approved. I need a motion to approve a bingo license.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call Swan,
Yes.
Davenport,
Yes.
Familar,
Yes.
Thomas.
Yes.
Pomona,
Yes.
Korea,
Yes.
Sistrum. Motion approved. Next is public portion.
Next is public portion. Anyone from the public portion speak on any item? Please come forward, say your name. Is anyone from the public? Entertain a motion, please.
You have to take that back. You do. We have someone. I don't think Miss Anna Fontaine is here. For the record. Okay.
Okay. Is anyone from the public? Entertain a motion.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. session. We have comments from Mayor. Mayor, you have any comments?
Today, we had our our resource day, and even though it was interrupted by rain, it was still a success. There were 21 vendors in attendance, including motor vehicle and the courts. 24 individuals received services from Division of Motor Vehicle. 23 received Narcan kits and training. 4 individuals completed referrals with mental health providers. And 30 individuals met the courts for expungement services and/or warrant recalls. South Jersey provided vaccinations and healthcare trainings. And one young lady was provided with immediate direct services for inpatient treatment, although she didn't comply. And they were good. When I was out there this morning, a little after 10, it was the weather was starting to get kind of bad, and then about an hour later, it started raining. And shortly after they packed up and left, the weather cleared up. But of course, by then it was too late. But this is what we had, and the day was still considered a success. And they were very diligent about what they were doing, because the ones that was doing the free screenings kept trying to get me to sit down and get my blood pressure checked and everything. He said, no, you're out here, you're walking around, it's cold, your blood pressure's probably high. I said, no, I'm good. But it was a successful day. So I'm glad we had it, and I'm having it again soon, from judging from Deja.
Councilman Davenport?
Good.
Councilman Gay? Lauren?
Have a blessed night, everybody.
Councilman Swan? Councilman Brown?
I hope everybody comes out and supports the trunk retreat, and but everybody that's out driving, be very careful. And school is still in session, so be careful twice during that day. Thank you.
Okay.
Councilman Thomas? Coming out, entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Shut up to your side.
Sit down.
Make yourself comfortable.
I entertain a motion to go to executive session.
Motion.
Wait
Second.
a minute,
Wait a minute, we gotta go
we
back.
gotta.
Get back out again.
Y'all have a great night. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Nobody
like
closed it. Everybody was saying the second in the motion. Yeah, we didn't do it.
We need a roll call,
Yeah.
okay.
He said everybody
Executive session.
See you later, Mr. Harmon.
He said, good night, somebody.
Oh, I didn't.
Can you rewind that?
Wasn't a roll call.
Yeah.
Entertain a motion to go into executive session.
Second.
Favor? Aye. Ayes have it.
Purpose for executive session, Council President, is attorney-client privilege and contractual negotiations. I believe it's the second component. Good evening, everyone. The time is 8:41 p.m. We are leaving executive session for purposes of attorney-client privilege and contractual negotiations on potential grant.
Entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Ayes have it.
I would say,
Oh, yeah, I'll take you. I'm old,